Hello and welcome to the Daily. It is Thursday, May 2nd. I'm Andrew Wiebe. Next to me, Greg Lawless. And before we get to the CONCACAF Champions League final, Greg, let's find out who took a step closer in Canada last night. The Amway Canadian Championship second leg semifinals ongoing. Toronto FC had won the last four. They will not have a chance to do that this time around. Montreal took care of business at Stade Saputo.
Not only took care of business, but they told them about it. There was some trash talk on Twitter that will probably be a little legendary at this point. A 6-0 victory for Montreal over Toronto at Stade Saputo last night. This is really impressive. Marco Di Vaio, 2 goals, 2 assists on this one. Justin Mapp, probably his best game since he put on a Montreal uniform. After the game, or I would say right before the final whistle, Montreal put out a tweet, and I'll read it here. "Never mind at Toronto FC. This is embarrassing. We just made it 6." Now, if that's not trash talk, that's Canadian trash talk at its best.
Yeah, that's about as good as it gets. That 6-2 aggregate win for Montreal.
Right.
On the other side of things, the late night semifinal, Vancouver Whitecaps had that 3-2 advantage on Edmonton. They only widened that one, a 2-0 victory. Corey Hertzog with a goal and then an own goal, but they move on. They'll have a chance finally to knock off somebody other than Toronto FC.
Yeah, and Vancouver now, this is their 3rd final in a row in the Canadian Championship. They're going up against a very good Montreal team. But Vancouver, this is a much better team than we've seen over the last couple of years. They keep improving. It's a team that could cause some problems for that Montreal defensive setup, although what Montreal did to Toronto, it's not just about defense. They can score goals too.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. May 15th at Stade Saputo, that first leg of the Amway Canadian Championship final. Well, of course, we mentioned it, the CONCACAF Champions League final. Second leg was last night in Monterrey, a 0-0 draw in that first leg in Torreon. And it looked like Santos was going to get this done. They had the 2-0 lead through 60 minutes, and then it just, what happened? What happened?
As they say, it went pear-shaped in that one. I mean, I don't know what happened. Look, they were up 2-0. Felipe Beloy with a great header on a corner kick to give them that 2-0 lead after Darwin Quintero had given them the lead earlier. This was one of those collapses you would never have expected from Santos Laguna. They're strong defensively. However, Monterrey, 4 goals unanswered, a 4-2 victory overall. And this is a Monterrey team that now goes to their 3rd Club World Cup in a row. This is the first team, by the way, to win 3 CONCACAF titles in a row since Cruz Azul did it in 69, 70, and 71. Now, can this Monterrey team go to Morocco and actually do something that they haven't done in the past? 2 years ago, they got to the quarterfinals, they lost. Last year, they got to the semifinals, and they lost. Can they push through to the finals and maybe win this? I think this Monterrey team has a chance, because this Monterrey team has everything you need: experience, size, speed, international, I don't know what you call experience, I guess is the best word for it in the end. They have everything that could be valuable in this type of a tournament.
Well, we'll have to find out. That will be in Morocco in December. Actually, Monterrey, the first team to qualify. We'll have to wait and see who the rest of the regional winners are. Well, there was plenty of sawdust in the air yesterday at Geldwin Field, and it was not because of Timber Joey. Some dusty eyes there as Atticus Lane Dupree, an 8-year-old who was diagnosed with cancer last year, had his wish come true. The Make-A-Wish Foundation partnering with the Portland Timbers, Greg, to, well, this is the dream of every little boy that's really ever pulled on a soccer jersey.
This is one of the best stories I've seen. This is why it is called the beautiful game in general. First of all, we're giving him one name, and that's it. It's Atticus. We're going to drop the last name because he is now a soccer player for real. We give him one name, just Atticus. He scored 4 goals for his club, the Green Machine, in a 10-9 victory over the Portland Timbers. What a cool kid, by the way. He came out afterward and they said, why did you choose that your wish would be to play a scrimmage against the Portland Timbers? And he said, look, a lot of kids say, I want to go to Disneyland with my family. That's not what I wanted. I wanted something that everybody could take part in. And last fall, when he was diagnosed with cancer, he actually missed his team's last game. So this was almost a makeup for that. The look on his face when he scores goals, the look on all of the players' faces when they go into the locker room and see their Timbers uniforms that they're going to wear really is priceless. And if you weren't crying, if you're not crying when you watch that video, you have no soul. So make sure you cry when you watch this video.
I'll say it got plenty dusty in my apartment in Brooklyn last night when I checked that out. Of course, the Portland Timbers back in action for real tonight against the New England Revolution. You can catch that match on MLS Live. The Revolution will be without Chris Tierney. He was suspended for 1 game by the disciplinary committee, as well as Steven Lenhart. 2 games, Greg, for a little bit of a kick out against Chivas USA.
Yeah, I think this is okay. I thought that Lenhart did this. He left his leg in there to get a little bit of the player. Now, we've seen Lenhart be that lightning rod before, so I think that who knows how much of his sort of past experiences played into that decision.
Well, make sure if you have Stephen Linhart or Chris Tierney, you pull those off your fantasy team before the deadline tonight, as well as check out Extra Time Radio. We'll rehash all the ACC action, a little bit of CCL, and then look ahead to the weekend ahead. That's all we have here on Thursday. Check us out tomorrow on The Daily.